This is CityCast Pittsburgh. I'm Megan Harris, and here's what Pittsburgh's talking about. Dive bars are such a special thing in any city, but especially gritty ones like Pittsburgh. A while back, we put a call out for folks who could talk to us about the best ones around here. I made up a bunch of silly superlatives, and across the board, the two people shouted out the most were the women on the show today. This is one from our archives, and we are still excited to jump in the car, cross a bridge, and head over to McKees Rocks to talk about where to go and also what to expect, what not to do when you're hitting up a neighborhood dive bar here in Pittsburgh. One of my favorite things in the whole world is to pop into a dark, dim lit, kind of grimy bar at any hour of the day and just meet a new best friend. Today, I feel like I'm with two of them, Lisa Considine and Aubrey Halliburton, here in the Rocks at Low Places Social Club. Thank you all so much for hosting us.
Thanks for coming.
So you two are both bartenders, is that correct? Is that I feel like that's not speaking highly enough of your skills.
I think we would call ourselves career bartenders at this point.
There you go.
So, between the both of us, we've both bartended for over 20 years at this point each. So we like to say that we have a 40-year collective experience of bartending, not only in Pittsburgh, but in other cities that we've lived in as well. But Aubrey and I both really set our roots here and put some time into the local bar scene. And so, we are bartenders. We also do other things. And but I think I would call myself a bartender. And now I'm the boss.
Yes.
You've done it long enough that now you've outlasted.
We've turned it into something that has some legs and inspiration and really uses some of our creative energy and inspiration from all of this experience that we have collectively too.
The experience is all around us here on the walls. I mean, so since you have all of this under your belt, what is your go-to drink order then when you go out? Say you're meeting someone new. Tell me where you are and what you would order.
I would say that it depends. What I'm ordering to drink depends on where I'm going.
Right.
So if
you're in your living room.
If I'm at home, I'm drinking wine. If I'm going out to eat, I'm likely also drinking wine. Unless it's kind of a cocktail place, then I'll go there. But then if I'm just going to my regular dive bar, it's just a bullet neat and a soda water with bitters. And that's my go-to. It's an easy order. I like to I have a couple of decent basic whiskeys I like, and just put the whiskey in the cup.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's an important part of dive bar culture is you don't have to overcomplicate this. I
don't need a cocktail.
Agreed.
What about you?
So I think if the question is I'm meeting somebody new or I'm having a dinner with a girlfriend, I'm going with a martini. I'm definitely going with a dry Kettle One, super cold martini, garnished with an olive and a twist. But I don't want it dirty. I don't want to taste anything anymore. I'm 40 years old. I've been doing this for so long. I'm please just put the vodka in a beautiful glass. I want a stem. I absolutely want a stem on my martini glass. But other than that, I'm having a Jim Beam on the rocks with a splash of water for the most part. Or in a dive bar, I'll get a bottle of Mick Ultra and a shot of Jim Beam neat.
Okay. Yeah. I like that you're doing the double fisting thing just right off the cuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of dive bar and it's dive bar tradition. That's what you order.
Well, we are here to talk about dive bars, the best in Pittsburgh, but also what makes them great. Does Pittsburgh, do you think, have a good dive bar culture?
I think that it is holding on to it.
Wait, what do you mean? Are we past the prime?
We've lost a lot.
Yeah.
And I moved here in 2004 from Houston, Texas. And I really fell in love with the dive bar scene. It was approachable, it was affordable, and really familiar, as in you only need to go a couple times and you can be a regular and you build this whole community. Based on people also it's the accessibility of it. You can afford to drink there.
I do think though, yes. But I do think compared to other cities, Pittsburgh has more dive bars.
We have the grittiness, right?
We have way more dive bars than
culturally.
Anywhere I travel.
But I get
do
what you're
agree
saying.
That they're disappearing.
They're not in your
cleaning them
neighborhood.
up.
They're not in your neighborhood the way they once were. You're not stumbling home from one. A dive bar is kind of a destination in and of itself.
Depending, yeah. I mean, I think every neighborhood in Pittsburgh had their own or maybe several options, that you could walk to, and they became a part of your identity too. I lived in Lawrenceville for 11 years, and it was like, are you a Thunderbird person? Are you a Belvedere's person? Are you a Hambones person? Are you a Remedy person?
Oh, and we're not even getting off Butler Street.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was so much identity in what people were drawn to which establishment, and they were all selling the same PBRs
liquor,
for $1.50
at the same prices.
And I live on Polish Hill, and all we have in our neighborhood is 3 dive bars and a coffee shop with comic book store.
Polish Hill also feels different, though. Like Polish Hill is hanging on a lot harder than
those
some
dive
neighborhoods.
Bars they are owned,
and they're grandfathered in for sure.
Like the owners are involved. It's a
whole thing.
They're there.
Yeah. Well, I feel like there's a vibe to it, right? Like dim lighting, a little grime, maybe unpolished charm.
Oh, for sure.
What is it about a good dive bar for y'all that makes, I don't know, Pittsburghers so happy?
Yeah. I mean, I think it really does come down to service and affordability would be my 2 things. Aesthetically, obviously, you want something that has not been cleaned up. You want it to be a little bit dirty. You want the lighting is everything, those types of things. You want something that looks like it's been around forever.
I heard someone say inviting yet disgusting.
Sure.
That's a good way of putting it.
I'm not offended by it. I grew up in it, and it doesn't bother me. I'm expecting it.
Somewhat clean, depending on what you're looking at, but also untidy,
So when I travel, I will ask people who are smoking where there's a smoking bar.
Okay.
And I don't smoke, but a smoking bar
will be
is
a
a quintessential dive bar.
Nowadays,
because it is a place where other people won't go because it has smoking. And that's kind of a place where I want to be. Those are kind of the people I want to hang out with. I don't love smoking inside, but my favorite dive bars have always been smoky dive bars. And there's not many other places in the country that you'll find it, but it doesn't mean that they don't exist. And when they do exist, it also doesn't mean that it's legal that people are smoking in there.
True. And I think then they're grandfathered in some way too, which kind of vets them for the legacy or establishment has been there for a long time.
Totally.
But then I think back to service, these bartenders, the thing that I'm looking for is somebody who's fast and will remember you after being there maybe twice, or maybe they don't remember your name, but they remember your drink.
Yeah,
and that's
a huge one.
Are all dive bars also destinations for service industry folks? Because I feel like I'm sensing a through line here too.
Oh, I think that it does appeal. And sometimes that is also because of the hours that they maintain, I think. A lot of dive bars are open on a Sunday or a Monday or open until 2 a.m.
Which is a rarity. Early in the morning.
That's rare enough around here.
It's becoming harder and harder to find. So when you have a service industry community of people who are working until midnight on a Sunday or 1, where can they go? Those options are really limited. But also those bartenders at those dive bars are making a grip of money because all these servers are coming in with pockets full of cash and they're going to drink as many drinks as they possibly can until 2:30.
Well, I feel like we've got a lot. Actually, I'm thinking as I'm thinking about this, I'm kind of proud and happy that I'm thinking of bars in Pittsburgh that fit the bill for all of these things. Before we talk about some of our favorites, I'm wondering some of the rules around them. So I'm joking, I guess, about them being quote unquote dirty, but do they have to be dingy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There has to be some sort of patina.
I mean, for me to want to go,
that's a nice way to put it.
There
patina.
There has to. I mean, I even
functional
eat food
grime,
out of some
perhaps.
of these places.
Yeah.
And
can they include entertainment?
Yeah. I mean, I think
what kind?
It depends.
Pool table is huge.
And
I don't really
machines
care about pool necessarily, but I like when it's an option and it brings people in.
It gives you a thing to do with your hands.
Same as pinball, for sure.
Same with pinball. That's my jam. So I'm like,
and I would even say in some regard, a jukebox, especially one that isn't digital.
I hate the digital ones. I hate them.
Jukeboxes were designed to curate a sonic atmosphere in these bars. And so a lot of places that have an old jukebox with even if it's CDs or if it's 45s or whatever is really nice because that becomes interactive versus, somebody just sitting at the bar on their phone, skipping your songs to play whatever pop music that they want, versus a jukebox where people are actually interacting with it. And that kind of sets the landscape or a time capsule of what the vibe of the bar should be. But I think also sometimes the dive bars will have like some gambling machines or the touch, like maybe it's not for gambling, but it's just for entertainment.
Oh yeah, like the skill games.
Yeah, like
that kind of
nudie
thing.
photo hunt, like those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Can they have TVs?
Oh,
definitely.
Yeah. In Pittsburgh, I think every place has TV.
I'm thinking of like a
Especially
couple that
for
have like
sports.
smaller corner TVs, like on top of a bookshelf.
Yeah,
or
that's
at the top
my
of the bar.
fave,
Yeah.
where it's not really intrusive.
It's on, but it's not in your face.
Yeah.
But most of them are on in your face.
Yeah, a lot of them are showing Dr. Phil.
Well, and I feel like we've talked a bunch about like drink service, but I guess like any other suggestions for how to have a good experience? Like
Tip cash. Tipped cash every
can you
drink.
tip pay cash too?
A lot of them are cash only, to be honest, which definitely helps keep the cost of the drinks low.
And I think tipping well and tipping cash, like from your
Tip
first,
every drink.
from your
Tip
first
every
round.
drink.
And I haven't done it myself, but I've kept it in the pocket for the day I might need to. I recently became a Moose Lodge member, and
Welcome.
Thank you. So when I first went in, ours is in Verona. So when we first went in there, it was kind of like record scratch. All the olds were like, "Who the hell are you guys? Like, what are you doing in here?" I'm like, "I fuck hard. I paid my membership. I was sponsored," and this like group of people younger than us came in right afterwards. And they gave them kind of the same like side eye. And I'm like, I don't know what I want. I got to figure out what you have here. Like, I'll take a beam. I'm looking at your beer. And this guy behind me says, "Oh yeah, I'd like to buy a round for everyone in the room."
The young one.
The young guy.
Whoa.
And instantly changed like everyone. Everyone was like, "Oh, who's this guy?" Blah, blah.
New
And
best friend.
It was actually really great because also it's the Moose. It's like, I don't know, $1 for a shot of beam. It's super, super cheap. But that is a nice thing.
For
you could do, too.
$25, you can make everyone in the room your best friend.
Know that you're a solid person and that things are, yeah. So I think that's a good one too. Like, you ever go to a bar and it's like a record scratch and there's 5 old men in there and you're like the only lady. It's like,
Buy
I'd
a
like to
round.
buy everyone around.
Buy
And
a
I'd like
round.
everyone to not talk to me.
That's great.
Yeah, money talks.
Yeah.
And gestures too. If you walk in and they can smell fear, so don't walk in scared. Walk in, have your drink order ready, know what you want, have your money ready, and then that bartender might calm down a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, and in terms of the bartenders themselves, like, is there room for creativity, or is getting a well pour and a PBR, like, is that the expectation?
I mean, I think there's a lot of bartenders in dive bars that have a lot of personality.
And cocktail skill.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely know.
Or is it
One of
rude
my
to
favorite
order
bartenders is an
a
older
cocktail?
woman, and she has tons of cocktail skills, but she's like, "I'm not making that shit for you."
If you
She makes
see,
it for herself at home. She's like, "Corpse Reviver #3. It's my favorite cocktail." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "I make it at home."
and I would say a quick visual glance at what's on the back bar is going to give you some information
Yes.
to know what is
Yes.
possible.
Got apple pucker.
Vermouth that's in a dusty bottle on the back bar, maybe not the place for the martini. If you think those draft lines maybe haven't been clean since
Ooh,
the
I never get a draft beer. at a
I
dive
would
bar.
stick with a bottled
Never.
beer.
Always stick with bottled.
Worried about those draft lines,
I don't
worried
like
about the
ice.
glassware.
Ice is, but if it's straight liquor on the ice, I'm okay.
That kills the germs.
Yeah, I feel. That's
Kind
my
of.
thought.
Yeah. Any other pro tips for having a good experience or not being an asshole?
Well, and I think this maybe is especially specific to Pittsburgh, or I've at least noticed it to Pittsburgh, but talk to people.
Yeah.
You
you just said, come in and I don't want anybody to talk to me. So is it both?
Well, I said that.
Yeah, you do. You did.
But it depends on like where I am and what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? But like,
You just need to know your intention, like set your intention at the door.
for sure.
and come in confidently.
For sure.
I'm going to not talk, or I am going to be everyone's
Whatever
friend.
I feel like that day.
Yeah, you can just be a little chill, a little conversational. I'll be like, "How are you doing?" Or talk to the guy next to you and just see. They might want to share some stories with you, and they also might not want to be bothered, but that's part of the game, I guess.
Read the room. It sounds
Yes,
like
definitely read the room.
Wherever you go.
Do yourself a favor. Take some information in before you make any statements.
CityCast Pittsburgh is brought to you today by Butler County. You can make the most of the end of summer by taking a weekend trip to Butler County, Pennsylvania. Located less than an hour outside of Pittsburgh, the Butler County area is known for its small town charm, quirky attractions, and outdoor recreation. Shop and stroll a historic Main Street, dine and relax at one of the area's breweries or wineries, and take time in nature at Moraine State Park. With cool campsites, cozy B&Bs, classic hotels, there is truly no shortage of ways to stay. Experience Butler County, PA is your guide to the perfect visit. Their website hosts an in-depth events calendar, season-by-season guides to Butler County, and its online destination guide. Visit experiencebutler.com today and start planning your next weekend adventure. Today's show is brought to you in part by UTest. With the price of everything going up and up and up, snagging any chance to make a couple extra dollars can be a good idea. And the company UTest is giving yins an exclusive opportunity to interact with new wearable technology and contribute to its future accessibility, all while earning $50 an hour. They say all are welcome to apply, no experience necessary. You just have to be 18 years or older and based in or near Pittsburgh. The testing facility is at the Strip District. Parking is provided, and you can plan to spend up to 3 hours. If that sounds exciting, get your application started. You can apply by using the link they gave us just for CityCast Pittsburgh people. It's link.utest.com/CityCast. And if you're already certain you definitely want to do this and you know someone else it might be perfect for, you can earn an additional $20 for referring them. Again, that link is link.utest.com/CityCast. So one of the things we are most excited to do today is also talk about some superlatives, some of your favorite Pittsburgh bars, and for specific reasons. So I had a blast putting together this list, and y'all were such good sports about this. But let's talk about authenticity, I guess. The ones that have maybe been the least changed since the steel mills closed. Which one fits the bill for you?
What came to my mind first was Conley's in Lawrenceville.
This is the only one on your list that I have literally never heard of. I even did Google Street View, and I'm like, I didn't know that was a bar.
Don't go there.
I've never been, so this was the least.
I've been many times.
I can't believe there's one you haven't been to.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I've not been to this
So
one.
I worked at the Thunderbird from 2006 to 2016, and we opened at 7 o'clock in the morning. And Conley, so that was at 40th and 41st and Butler Street. And then Conley's was down maybe 55th or 56th in Butler. And they also opened at 7 a.m. So they were the other bar. Both of these bars opened at 7 a.m. So I had a lot of regulars that would kind of bounce back and forth between the two, depending on what part of the neighborhood they lived in, et cetera. So, but Thunderbird had a pool, live music and different levels and a kitchen.
And a lot
things.
of young people go to places like Hambones, Thunderbird, Belvedere. It was a different...
not in the day.
Yeah.
Not in the day. Young people did not come to Thunderbird
so that was the difference.
Or not until evening entertainment started.
Right.
I'm talking 7 a.m. The boys, there's a line out the door. And so Conley's was similar to that, but just a little rougher. Tons of regular clientele, people whose dads drank there, so when you ask the question about this superlative about authenticity or least change since the steel mills closed,
that
smell really came
history.
to mind. And it's cheap and weird and dark and dingy and dirty and whatever. But I think they're trying to kind of rebrand and make a comeback with some younger people as the neighborhood is changing. Yes, you can smoke in there.
Okay, this one's a little niche. What about best bar bathroom? I was thinking initially maybe something that lowers your expectations, but you can take this any way you want to.
I mean, I have to say Riggs in the North Side. I've brought so many people there and it's very unassuming. You walk in, there's an old man bartender, there's a counter, there's a couple booths, there's maybe weird bowling games in the back, poker machine, jukebox.
Jukeboxes and the table. I thought that they had the table ones.
I don't know if they still have
the
that.
Last time I was in there, they had this really cool velvet wallpaper situation, and then these teeny tiny little lamps on the table.
Lamps,
yeah.
But
and then they've got the skee ball in the back.
Yes, the skee ball or bowling and that stuff.
I cackled when I saw this because I don't think
if I've ever been to the bathroom at Riggs. I don't remember.
Do
it.
yourself a favor. It is the nicest bathroom. Every friend that I take there for the first time, I'm like, you have to go to the bathroom. And they're like, but I don't have to go to the bathroom. But I'm like, no, just go look at the bathroom. So is it a spoil? Should I spoil it?
No, tell
They're
me.
They're just beautiful. Marble, well lit. And it is just such a stark contrast from the vibes of the rest of the bar. But it's
so much
really
sense.
cool.
I, in defense of Riggs, I love the vibe of the rest of it. Like, it's the velvet wallpaper. Like, I wouldn't, but I want to rub my face on it.
Totally. Also a smoking bar.
Yeah, smoking bar. and I think that like that's also like just a little charm of the fact that it's in the north side. Like those buildings are so old and ancient. Like that bathroom is just an original beauty.
Okay, best bar that feels like a secret. Like too many people are sleeping on it, and maybe you like it that way.
Well, now I don't want to say, but I think we both agreed on Mardi Gras and Shady Side.
Yeah.
I've been going to Mardi Gras since I was 21.
That was one of my first bars in Pittsburgh, and
It's just the best.
I never left there without an invitation to go do something completely random with a stranger. With a stranger.
Right. Yes. So I think, and I've kind of started going back there recently after some years of not being in that neighborhood much, but it really still has the feeling of these Pittsburgh bars that I was going to, 15 years ago. And so it's very neighborhood. The bartender knows your name. Also a smoking bar, also cash only, also great jukebox with actual CDs. So very
uniquely also has a sort of a signature drink, or at least they did when I was going, the Greyhound.
correct.
Yes.
If you
Which
don't
is
get
not
the Greyhound,
what you think you should be ordering at
Correct.
a bar called Mardi Gras.
But it's actually
Correct.
like the safest bar to get a fresh juice at because it's a legit fresh juice.
Yeah, they
trust
squeeze
after
it.
working in dive bars.
Right
You
there.
don't want anything that's been opened and put into a white container with a pour spout to go into your drink. Correct. Or from a gun that is called juice.
Yeah.
Ew.
I know, but
So
Mardi
that's
Gras
a safe juice spot.
is
It's
a
a real
huge
grapefruit.
exception. Yeah, and it's grapefruit and vodka.
Or
yeah,
you could also
You
get
can
it
do gin.
tequila, gin, whatever. They'll mix and match for you. You can do
Okay, we're getting fancy
orange
now.
juice. They have whole oranges and whole grapefruits behind the bar. And so to ask for, if I was walking in as my first time, if you order the spirit specifically, like I want Tito's or I want Tanqueray or I want 1800, whatever, and then specifically say grapefruit or orange, they're going to know what you want. And they're also going to give you a lot of alcohol.
Yeah, yeah.
with a spritz of juice.
Yeah, I think most of the juice just kind of splashes out of the glass onto the bar mat. But it's perfect. So I would say have maybe 2 drinks.
Every
and then get
crazy
an
ass
Uber.
meal I had in the city of Pittsburgh in my 25th year was because of someone I met at Mardi Gras.
I love.
That is
I love,
awesome.
and that's a testament to their culture for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, so maybe we'll stick with that. Most questionable drink specials. Could be in a good way, maybe. Like we were also thinking like maybe least affected by inflation magically. I don't know. Where do you recommend?
So we think Ruggers.
Southside.
Ruggers is fantastic.
One
It's
of my favorite bars.
It's so great.
Good food, cook late, good
and
people.
The thing is that
It's-
their drink specials, like they're all the time, not a happy hour. And it's like $5 for a Tecate and Espolón. You know what I mean? It's like, it's insane. Like their prices are so good, but they also do really gross, weird drink specials that I've tried, like the pudding shots. It was a cinnamon toast crunch pudding shot. And I was like, no way. And the bartender's like, I'm not even charging for you for this. You just need to drink it. And I was like, oh shit, it's like disgustingly good.
I think they
Like,
also
oh, God.
have like a mystery shot.
They do.
That I don't know if they just kind of put the end of every bottle together. I don't know what's going on
Not
there,
good.
but I
It's
think
not
it's
good.
$3.
Okay.
And there's days that you're like, you know what?
Give it to me. I've
Let's
had
go.
a few.
Let's do it.
Let's end with a mystery shot.
Yeah, it's been a difficult day. I just need a mystery.
I
in
need
my
a
life.
mystery.
Great.
Yeah.
Great bartenders, great bar.
Great bartenders.
You technically can't smoke.
Non-smoking, but has a back patio that you can smoke on.
I was about to say, and like the door
And
is
it's the south side, so where can't you? You know,
the door is right there. It's on a corner. Like, who's really
and I like
paying
that about
attention?
it too, because the South Side gets such a bad reputation. I love the South Side, but it's nice that it's off of Carson Street. So you can usually find street parking is fine, and it doesn't. it doesn't attract just the every night kind of walk up clientele that you might get from some of those other establishments right on the main drag. Like it's nice that it's a couple blocks off Carson, and they also have just a great regular clientele. So that's a place where I've talked to randos in there, and I end up knowing them, or we have a mutual, or I see them somewhere else, and I'm like, hey, we met at Ruggers. Like
I
cool.
got in the
It's
summer.
really
I got
cool.
like tomato and pepper plant starts from a guy. He's
Love
like, this
it.
came from my mom's
Love it.
farm. I'm like, this is fantastic. Let's stay another hour. I'll have
That's a
another
dive
pudding
bar.
shot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amazing. And he just brought them to the bar too.
Yeah, to give to people. It was great.
Okay, well, that's
they also have
sweet.
a great free library there. I've read a few books from. Win-win.
Okay. Well, I mean, I feel like that brings us to people. What about places to hear like neighborhood gossip you did not even know existed? Like to hear a life story from a stranger.
So I picked for this one my favorite dive bar, which is the Rock Room. And it's my favorite dive bar because it's down the street from my house, A. And but B, like before I moved here, I moved from Seattle almost 16 years ago. And when I came to visit, it was the first bar I went to, and it was during the snowpocalypse. And they had pinball and Big Buck Hunter and 50-cent shots of whiskey. And like dollar drafts. They don't have drafts anymore. Again, don't get a draft. And it, from the moment I walked in the door, was like an embracive place. Like I was embraced by and like we just had such a good experience. And now, like all these years later, like I go there a few times a week. And again, they know what I want, whatever. But everyone who's in there, it's just a real mix of characters, and everyone is
Very
truly
eclectic
welcome.
group of people.
So it's a very much a neighborhood bar.
a lot of punks.
It's basically Polish Hill and the Hill District's like neighborhood bar. And so it depends on what time of day you go. Like I go there at 4:00. It's like me, the 80-year-old men's club, and like some working class after work. And then by like 8:00, it turns into like, well, if it's wrestling night, they'll put wrestling on TV. If it's like a game, they'll put game. But then there's also punk shows there. And there's a very big like trans lady scene there. It's all types of people, literally. And everyone is truly welcome. And neighborhood gossip is real easy to find, but it's definitely a people place. And strangers walk in all the time. And anyone who's sitting at that bar will talk to you and, you know,
Not a
hear your
record
story.
scratch place.
No, not at all. No, there's nothing that you could walk in to the Rock Room and anyone in there would be shocked by. Like literally Pittsburgh pierogi could walk in and everyone would be like,
I mean, I think if Hannah walked in, like
Hannah
everyone
walked
would
in.
just be thrilled.
yeah, they wouldn't be surprised.
She's like the queen of the neighborhood. Well, what about school spirit? We'll land there. Like could be a place to watch a Steelers game, a Pens game, but like mostly I just mean like Yinzer energy.
Yeah, I think we said the most Yinzer energy per square foot would have to be Take a Break 1.
Because
and
low
pay
places.
homage to Take a Break 1 and
Yeah.
the Take a Break family, since
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
are currently sitting in Low Places Social Club, which was formerly Take a Break 2.
Exactly.
But Take a Break is just such a bizarre space. It is a time capsule. There's 3 levels. There's pool. It's cash only. There are keychains hanging from the ceiling. There is tons of memorabilia. I think somebody hand sewed Steelers curtains for their
Yes.
tiny little window. There's wood paneling. There's
Pool tables.
poker machines. Yes, it is just
smoking.
Yes, it's smoking. A lot of these places that we picked were
that, yeah.
muy auténtico.
I feel like
Yes.
it should have carpet in it, but it doesn't.
it probably did at some
It did,
point.
for sure. It had
Frosty
to.
mugs. But also just all of the classics. Like they're going to have Iron City on tap. They're going to have Canadian Club whiskey.
They're going to have at least 4 motorcycles parked out front.
There's going to be motorcycles. Yes, there's a lot of Yinzer spirit there. I mean, they're watching games. They might cook something from a crock pot. They might, there's some whiskey
I forgot about the
cherries.
crock pots. You're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's always a scent, like
And-
a good one,
and
like when you walk in the door.
The accent is alive and well. You
Yes,
know, people
yes.
are speaking with this Yinzer authenticity, whether they're serving you or sitting next
And the
to
owner
you.
works there.
And the owners work there.
And
Yeah.
that's a big thing. To have the owners behind the bar. Like that,
And increasingly rare, I think.
very rare.
Very rare.
Very rare. And special because that means they know what is going on in their own building firsthand. I appreciate that.
Yeah, same. Well, if anybody wants to have the dive bar vibe, either in person in McKees Rocks, or I know y'all do some traveling yourselves, how can they find you?
So you can go to lowbarcocktailservices.com, LOBAR. And so that is our home base website for Low Bar Cocktail Services, which is our offsite private cocktail catering company. And then through that website, you can find Low Places Social Club. So you can rent the bar out. You can have almost any type of event you could dream of here. We've had so many different things. We've had movie screenings, we've had private events, we've had chef dinners, we've had birthday parties, holiday parties, corporate events. And then it's a BYOB format here in-house. So
we provide the bartenders and all of the things you would need to have cocktails at your bar, and you bring the booze.
Yeah, I'm looking at the bar now. I didn't notice. That's a lot of candles and glasses. There's no actual alcohol over there.
We have
We don't sell alcohol.
We don't sell alcohol. We have in-house glassware. We have dishes. So if you got it catered, like we said, we've had chef pop-ups. So, if you have an idea, we're interested. The space has done a lot of different things. And we have a big lot in the back too. So we've talked about this summer trying to get like some food trucks out here and just kind of had like an open house so people could come and check it out. But we don't sell alcohol. That isn't our thing. We're BYO. We're the only dive bar you can only come to if you're invited.
You're the conduit to alcohol.
Yes.
And I keep calling us Pittsburgh's only luxury BYOB dive bar.
That's a lot to put on the business card.
It is.
I love the intention.
So, but also just to follow along, you can find us on Instagram at Low Bar Cocktail Services and Low Places Social Club.
Cool. Aubrey, Lisa, thank you both so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us.
That is all for today here on CityCast Pittsburgh. If you also want to read all these recommendations in addition to listening to them, head over to our website, pittsburgh.citycast.fm for more. You can also subscribe to our newsletter. You can support us by becoming a CityCast Pittsburgh neighbor, get some classic swag, or giving away stuff with membership right now. All the details for that are at membership.citycast.fm/Pittsburgh. We'll be back tomorrow with more from around the city. We'll talk to you soon.
We had Hannah in our bar.
Hannah was here.
She was here.
Look on our
Literally.
Instagram. Yes.
Hannah came to Low Places in the
She
Rocks.
did. It was amazing. I was starstruck. I couldn't talk.
She held her purse.
I couldn't speak. It was amazing. Yeah.
I feel like at some point you'll have to have you could do like a best of, like maybe a celebrity wall in here,
Hey.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Some people
put that next to the Rachel Ann Beauvier poem over here.
Our most prized possession.